Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well today. Today I want to talk about fasting. I have been wanting to make a video on fasting for a while now, and I just wanted to be really careful with this topic, but I do want to share with you my thoughts through my experience and also through some research that I've done. There are several types of fasting, but a true fast is water fasting or dry fasting. I feel we really need to be careful when we're doing water fasting and dry fasting, especially if we're going long term. When I did a 10-day water fast, I did not do anything longer than that because I was listening to my own body, and my body was telling me not to go on. And the reason why my body didn't do well on water fasting, long-term fasting, more than 3 days. So when I did my 10-day, I have very weak adrenals. So for me to go longer than 10 days, it was putting a lot of stress on my body, and I can feel it. That is the one thing we really need to be careful with when we are detoxing our body, is we have to really use common sense, and we have to listen to our body. It will communicate and talk to us. We need to really need to learn before we do these long-term water fasting is how to check your vitals and your blood pressure. And that's what I did. I checked my blood pressure every day. And that's when I knew my water fast needed to end, because I already have low blood pressure. So when I was doing more than a few days of fasting, it was putting a lot of stress on my organs. And that's not healing. I think it was like on day 8 is when I was really having trouble breathing. And then day 9, it continued. And then the 10th day is when I said, okay, no more. My blood pressure was really low. I just had to be really cautious. And I'm really starting to believe that, a lot of us that do come into a detox program and we want to start these fasts, we're trying to hit that, or we want to get that quick fix. We want to just hit the body hard. And that's not always a good thing, especially if we come in with weak endocrine gland and we're toxic. Our body really needs to we need to take it slow and just be very careful with these fasts. When I was having trouble breathing, that's when I broke my fast, and I broke my fast with always fruit. I always break my fast with watermelon, or a very, very simple smoothie, which would be like maybe some banana and blueberry, and that's it, and maybe some water. Just something very easy on the digestive system, because when we're fasting, our body, it's taking a break from digesting food. So all that stuff, needs to be almost turned back on when you're eating again. So you always keep that in mind when, if you do a long-term fast. But I really am starting to believe that people who are doing, 10, 20-day water fasts, I think I'm really starting to believe that these people need to be healthy. And then you'd say, well, why fast if you're healthy? But then I would probably say maybe for spiritual reasons. And that's just my opinion. I really think we just have to be really careful when it comes to these long-term fasting. And then there's dry fasting. I've only done a 48-hour dry fast. And so there's 2 types of dry fasting. There's a hard fast, and there's also just regular dry fasting. The hard fast, it means you can't brush your teeth or take a shower. And that's hard for me. I shower every day, and I cannot even imagine not brushing my teeth. So I have not experienced that myself, but people do, and they swear by it, and so there are testimonies in that, and you can find those on YouTube. People doing 3 days. Now I have done a 48 dry fast, And I have gotten really, really great kidney filtration with that. So I definitely recommend that. Now, when you get into these other fasting, mono fasting, I really think that's a really powerful one. And that's when you just pick one food item and then you just eat that. The big one that Dr. Morse talks about is the grape fast. And I've done 15 days on grapes, and I got a lot of really great things, a lot of good benefits. I have one of my subscribers who's on a 40-day grape fast, so good luck to you. And also leave comments and let us know how you're doing with that. So yeah, so grape fasting is a powerful tool when we are detoxing, and especially when you're taking the herbs and you're doing the grapes. That's what I was doing. Yeah, so that was really an awesome experience. And I also just take breaks also from that. So after I did my 15-day grape fast, and then I'd go back and start eating again and build myself back up. And then I would always do like 2 days here, 3 days there, or on just fruit. So I was never constantly on, I never became a fruitarian. I just want to let you know that. So I would definitely take, breaks. And I would do 40 days on fruit, and then I would do a couple days on grapes. And so I would always just kind of go back and forth on that. And then I would bring in my salads and even my nuts and seeds. And I would also bring in some cooked stuff, steamed vegetables. Broccoli was my favorite. So another fast is a real popular one, which this is the one I would probably recommend first for anyone who wants to practice fasting, and that would be a juice fast. Now, I've done 7 days on juice fasting. I haven't done a long-term more than that, but I have done 2 days here, a couple days there. Juice fasting is powerful, because you're getting so many just packed nutrients in one drink, and you'd have to have like this huge, like 5 salads to get all the nutrients in just one glass. And it's fresh. And I'm not talking about your juices that are on the shelves at the store that has probably been sitting there for a week to 2 weeks to maybe even a month. I would not trust those products. I like juicing my own juice, and I drink it within 3 days. Normally I do every 2 days, but I heard 3 days is probably is where you probably want to discard it after 3 days. But yeah, so I love juicing. Juicing is just such a great way to get a power punch of nutrients. I would highly recommend going on a juice fast. Another one that I experience and I apply to my life, and I probably will for the rest of my life, is intermittent fasting. This is probably one of my favorite types of fasting. So if you watched some of my other videos, you will know I did the OMAD diet. The OMAD diet is when I just ate one meal a day. So I was literally fasting for 20 hours, and then I would give myself a 4-hour window of eating. And so that's the OMAD, or some people just give themselves a 2-hour window. But since I like eating my fruit and my vegetables, and I don't like to put them together, I like to separate them. So that's why I would give myself a 4-hour window. But even people who, and I've even done this, and I still do every now and then, is I will do 16 hours of fasting, and then I'll give myself an 8-hour window. That is probably the easiest one. I think everybody should be living this lifestyle anyways. But yeah, so intermittent fasting is a powerful tool when we are detoxing. It's, you're just kind of getting best of both worlds, in my opinion. Definitely like these shorter fasts versus these longer fasts. I think they are a lot safer for us, and it's a good way to start out, especially if we are toxic or we have weak adrenals and just endocrine glands. We really need to give our body a lot of nutrient dense foods at the beginning of a detox program. This is my opinion and my thoughts, and through my experience, this is what I found is the best way to heal. So some of my favorite things of fasting, especially intermittent fasting, or doing even a 24-hour dry fast, is superb. And it's really helps with kidney filtration if that's what you're going after. But I really like fasting because I get into ketosis, and that's when the body switches over burning the fuel from your fat. And it's almost like if you were to put the premium gas in your vehicle. When your body runs on ketones, it is a clean source of fuel. And so the energy is just through the roof. I mean, you really start to feel the difference when you start practicing getting into ketosis. And then when you get in ketosis, you also get into that autophagy, which is awesome also. And that's when the cells eat thyself. So what happens then is when you're not eating and autophagy sets in, your cells start eating the trash within the body. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? I mean, especially if you have tumors or stagnation anywhere, or just trash or damaged cells. These cells will start eating the trash within the body. So that is just something that's a huge benefit when we are fasting. But see, this is why I like these short fasts. I really don't believe we have to do these crazy 20, 40-day water fasts to heal the body. Fasting is a powerful tool when we are detoxing the body. And so when you do these intermittent fasting, even 12 to 16 hour of fasting, just practice with that. You don't have to dive in and do and just go extreme. And I believe that when we go to the extreme side, it's not always a good thing. So just always keep that in mind when we are detoxing and fasting, and do your research, like I always say. All these things are really powerful. But so anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts with fasting with you, and I hope this is helpful information for you. And so with that, I hope you are having a wonderful, blessed day as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.